So far, I don't see. I mean, I'm not a big fan of if he hired a lawyer, got like tried to escalate it past the original claim, which I believe is what eventually happened.
Like, this is quite rare that you get an email like this. Normally you get an email and they say a video's been claimed by Content ID.
I don't care. I don't care about this line of argument from Chud Logic.
And he's the guy that reckons he knows. Loser. What a loser. Imagine being f***ing Dark Viper, the expert guy that knows all about this, and he totally fails to file a DMCA thing against my channel.
But basically, we're going to talk about Dark Viper. You know that I talked about Dark Viper not so long ago. The video it did good for my channel. It did good for my channel. For perspective, it did good for my channel. It actually led to me exchanging DMs with Dark Viper over the video, and it was a good exchange. I really liked the guy. I think he's a good guy, and I think that's important to say because a lot of people, at least in the area of the internet that I watch, the commentators that I watch, enjoy watching, it seems a lot of people don't like him for whatever reason. Now, Chud Logic, he's relatively new. I don't know how long he's actually been around, but I've only been really personally hearing about him for the last tiny little bit now. He was a big name when it came down to the Mama Max drama that recently occurred. But well, not so recently at this point, but basically, if I'm going to try to go over the cliff notes here where I'm familiar, and then we can go from there, is Chud Logic reacted to Dark Viper. One of his videos, honestly, it's been so long now that I forget the specifics, but basically, Dark Viper did not like this. I believe there was some type of action taken from Dark Viper against Chud Logic to get the video taken down, something to that effect. And that was a drama that I did not cover because I'm like, I'm just gonna pass on this one. I like Dark Viper. I'm gonna pass. We're not gonna talk about this, but things have been picking up. Things have been continuing on, and recently, Dark Viper, I guess he tried to do a DMCA strike, and I'm just trying to be careful because a strike and a claim, copyright claim, way different. But I think he tried to throw a DMCA strike at Chud Logic, failed to do so, didn't write the report up correctly is the general consensus. So then he hired a YouTuber, hired a lawyer to type something up. And I think that's where we should probably start. So here's Chud Logic. And there you can see how this is like an ongoing drama. This is something that's occurring right now. You got Chud Logic, Turkey Tom, Bo Blacks, Optimus. How YouTube's copyright blunders sparked a hate campaign against me. So clearly Dark Viper is of the opinion that YouTube has made a mistake here and has sparked a hate campaign against Dark Viper. I'm not sure if I feel that way about it. To be fair, my original take, if I were to have made one when this was all originally going on, is this is a guy who does not like copyright. He loves copyright. He doesn't like when people react to videos. He doesn't like stealing of content. That's kind of like one of the big things he did. He went on a crusade against like Moist Critical and all of these commentators that like react to content and how it's stealing content. So me personally, as someone who's aware of that, I would never react to anything of Dark Viper's because I know that he's a creator that really doesn't want you to do that. So I personally will just refrain from doing that. But that doesn't mean that it's against the rules. It doesn't mean you can't do that. It doesn't even mean that reacting to one of his videos goes against any type of copyright law or terms of service. So, I mean, Dark Viper can have his opinions, but also, and whether they're right or wrong, also, I don't think that, like, you can be mad at the guy for doing everything in his power to prevent you from reacting to his content if the guy has a clear, defined history of not being okay with people reacting to his content or anyone's content other than, you know, the person who made it. So what is it? DarkViperAU tried to delete my channel, then threatened to sue me. The problem is this is going to be long, right? He's very long. Sad and pathetic history of Dark Viper HIV. So let's look at what Chud Logic has to say here about this. I do think it's a bit ridiculous if Dark Viper hired a lawyer. And I do like Dark Viper. I've even had the opportunity to exchange some words with him.
Is this little, this vest-wearing homosexual dude, well, this guy who reckons he's the big I am and all this copyright stuff, and he knows it all, and he's looked up the law, can't even file a DMCA correctly. What a fucking loser. DMCA me, come on. Send some more my way. Let's fucking go. I'm perfectly willing to hire a lawyer and argue this in court. If you reject this dispute, I'll merely circumvent you and serve him myself. That is a complete and utter lie. He's lying.
All right.
So I was sat around yesterday after my stream. Okay. I was sat around after my stream, just chilling. All right. And I got an email from the YouTube copyright team. Right. I was thinking, what? Like, this is quite rare that you get an email like this. Normally you get an email and they say a video's been claimed by content ID, and you generally, especially if it's like sometimes if you play like 10 seconds of music or something like that, they'll content ID it, and you're just like, yeah, sure. You know, like there's this thing that streamers do where they're playing music in the middle of their streams, right? Okay. And YouTube pick it up and it gets content ID and you lose all the revenue from it. And it's really annoying, but you know, hey, it is what it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles, right? But what DarkViper did is he filed a DMCA takedown request, right? And for those of you that don't know, a DMCA takedown request, if applied, would result in a copyright strike being...
Okay, so he was trying to copyright strike him. And I believe it was just for reacting to one of his videos, which, to be fair, I'm not mad at DarkViper for that. I'm not saying he's in the right or he's in the wrong, but that's an action you should expect to be taken from DarkViper, in my personal opinion, because he's clear in his opinion. This is completely against what should be considered like something that should be protected by copyright. Thank you for submitting your copyright. Keep in mind this feature should only be selected when you exclusive worldwide rights to the content. Country where copyright applies: AU, Australia. DarkViperAU, he's from Australia. I, in good faith, state that I am the owner of this content. I have a good faith believe that I am the owner, which I believe this. I am the, so when you're applying the criteria to even, what's up, Ian, you're a cool guy. The criteria to even apply a copyright strike, let's see if we think DarkViper applies to all these, given his history on his opinions on copyright. I am the owner or the agent authorized to act on behalf of the owner of an exclusive right that is allegedly infringed. I would say DarkViper believes that. Yes, I in good faith state that I am the owner. I have a good faith believe that the use of the material in the manner complained. I have a good faith belief that the user of the material in the manner complained of is not authorized by the copyright owner. It's again, its agent or the law. So yeah, I mean, obviously he's the owner of the copyright material. So yeah, in good faith, he would reasonably believe that, yeah, this person does not have, Chud Logic does not have permission to react to his content. This notification is accurate. Yeah, so far, yes, I would say he believes all this is accurate. I acknowledge that there may be adverse legal consequences for making false bad faith allegations of copyright infringement by using this process. Again, I agree. DarkViper believes this. I understand that abuse of this tool will result in termination of my YouTube channel. I'm sure he's well informed in this. Authorized signature by Matthew Judge. So, I mean, whether you agree with it or not, I'm not mad at him yet. Personally, do I think that we should be doing these? I think you can react to things on stream, but also I try not to just react to anybody's shit on stream, right? So if you don't like it, all right, I get it, whatever. I'll go do something else. All right. So far I don't see, I mean, I'm not a big fan of if he hired a lawyer, tried to escalate it past the original claim, which I believe is what eventually happened. But I mean, this claim, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at this claim so far.
Being applied to your channel. And copyright strikes, they'll limit your ability to post and to upload and to stream. And if you get enough copyright strikes, your channel can get more severely punished and eventually get taken down. I think it's 3 copyright strikes and your channel...
Which is bad. I'm gonna speed up after this, which is bad. That's all bad. But DarkViper is pretty clear that he doesn't want anyone reacting to his content. And this is what, like, it's not like it should be a surprise. If you react to DarkViper's content, he knows about it, he's going to do something like this. This is something that he's going to do if he believes that you're infringing on copyright, because that's like his thing. It's one of his things. I don't think this should have been a surprise. I believe the main criticism is going to be how DarkViper handled the backlash after Chud Logic going public with this. So we're going to speed up here a little bit. I just want to hear his point of view on this because I might disagree with him.
Bear this in mind as we're looking at this, okay? DarkViper is Mr. I know all about this. I know all about copyright. I know all about the MCA. I'm correct about this. And the content, this kind of content is not fair use. And I know that for sure. You know, he is absolutely autistic with it. Bear that in mind as we look at this, okay? So this part here is just a notification of the copyright infringement thing being filed, okay? Now, his name is here, but that's public information. I checked that before I posted this. So, you know, that you literally type in DarkViper and it pops up with all those wiki pages and his name's there. There's no doxing here, nothing like that, okay? YouTube take off the address and stuff, so nothing on here is going to be, you know, bad information, just to be clear, okay? Right? Anyway, so this is just the complaint and whatnot, okay? Obviously, Rambles Podcast is his thing. It's been confirmed that that is his email address, right? On top of this as well, we've also got the his words that he said to elaborate on why it was a copyright thing. Anyway, bear in mind, okay? Bear in mind, DarkViper is the guy who reckons he knows all about this and he's the expert and he knows and he's definitely correct and he's made tons of videos about it and all this stuff, right? So he filed a DMCA request against my channel and it was unsuccessful and didn't work.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hello? Copyright strikes, banning and blocking are what wimps. Yeah, I mean, would I be doing this? No. I don't think that explicitly makes DarkViper a bad dude. He believes differently. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the copyright strikes and any of that shit. I'm not a big fan. And it makes you look bad. Like, I think there is a level of like, okay, you're the copyright guy. You're the guy who like, this is one of your things, right? And when you start throwing strikes at people, like it's hard because it's expected of him. I don't think if you react to his content, you should not expect to get hit with a copyright strike, copyright claim, whatever. But also, like, in some way, it makes you look bad, right? When you just start throwing out copyright strikes, because the internet hates copyright strikes, like, especially the commentary community. That's all we do, as if I'm a part of, like, the wider community. That's all, like, they do is react to internet drama, right? And also, I don't think you shouldn't not be allowed to interact in internet drama. I do think there is an argument to be had that when you're a live streamer and you're reacting to a video, that person would not watch that original content if it weren't for you reacting to it. Like right now, I'm watching Chud Logic's video, his live stream, but I'm watching it to see his side of the opinion, and then I can rebuttal like live to this. Like it's like almost like a conversation. And clearly YouTube like is on the side of Chud Logic, where they don't think it is protected by copyright. Let's speed it up. Let's get it going here.
So this is the first one. We'll get to, there's more, okay? But it didn't work. YouTube kicked it back. So, what did YouTube say about it? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. Hello, we received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or a similar exception to copyright protection. I mean, look, guys, okay? I'm not an expert on this. I think that YouTube know a thing or two about this. I will explain this a bit more because it's important to contextualize this email. It's not as simple as, well, that means it's definitely fair use, to be fair, okay? But what's funny about it is this little fucking bitch, this vest-wearing bitch homosexual...
Adam, problem for me is he only striking it because the video makes him look bad. Chud's channel is minuscule compared to DarkViperAU. DV gains nothing from... DarkViper gains nothing from doing this. Yeah, yeah. Problem for me is he's only striking it because the video makes him look bad. So are you pro, Adam? Are you pro DarkViper or anti DarkViper? I'm kind of confused because DarkViper gains nothing from doing this, right? Yeah. Chud Logic is much smaller than DarkViper. But you start off here. Problem for me is he's only striking it because the video makes him look bad. Oh, okay. So you're saying he shouldn't care because the video makes him look bad, but he shouldn't care because DarkViper is so small. I mean, because Chud Logic's so small compared to him. I mean, to be fair, like that's a thing that is used against DarkViper all the time that I think is commendable. MeJoeShmoe at 500 subscribers made a video on DarkViper, and he wrote like paragraphs in my comment section rebuttaling and even exchanged DMs with me. Like, and people make him out to like, oh, he's crazy. He's an insecure little man. I don't know. To me, that's being in touch. He's in touch with like what people are saying about him, and he's not afraid to explain himself when appropriate. And that's why I like him. I like him for those reasons. And those are qualities that maybe I'm just misreading. Those are qualities of DarkViper that maybe I just misread. But they're often used against him. And I don't quite agree with that. And that's why I want to hear what Chud Logic here has to say. So.
Dude. Well, that's a joke and satire, to be clear, okay? I say that as an insult, not because I think being gay. I love the gays. The gays are brilliant, okay? I bloody love the gays, right? But is Vest, let's just say, okay, let me rephrase that.
All right, now we're making fun of DarkViper's, god dang it. Making fun of DarkViper's tank top. He's always wearing tank tops. Did you guys see that one clip? All right, we're back out of after the ad. The one clip, the guy, the Ned Luke from GTA 5 even made fun of DarkViper for the tank top. It's an ad hominem. Chud Logic made an ad hominem attack. That means we can't listen to anything he has to say after that because he said he had an ad hominem.
Maybe cut that out of the maybe cut that out of the video. Okay. Anyway, DarkViper sat there in his fruity little vest. Okay. Is there seething, desperately typing out a DMCA to try and like get my channel messed with, to get a strike against me, and it didn't work. And he's the guy that reckons he knows. He's the big I am. He's got all these rants about how an expert he is on this, and oh, well, this React content's really bad, and I know, and I've looked up the copyright law, and I know all of it. But yet he wasn't able to successfully file a DMCA claim against my channel. What a fucking loser, man. This is your whole thing. This has been your fucking campaign for fucking months and months and months now. You're the expert. You know all about this. Yet you have totally and utterly failed to correctly file a DMCA claim against me. Loser. What a loser. Imagine being fucking DarkViper, the expert guy that knows all about this, and he totally fails to file a DMCA thing against my channel. And YouTube are even coming out and saying in this email, well, we believe it's protected by fair use or fair dealing. Now listen, DarkViper's got a big channel, and I'm sure he's got contacts at YouTube, okay? So I don't know if this is the end of this or not. Obviously, he has totally and utterly failed in the first instance and the second instance, but we'll get to that. He has totally failed to actually file a DMCA.
Oh, so this is the first instance. Okay. So this goes back to, this was a couple months ago. We're starting a couple months back. And that is where it started. So that's great. So since then it's escalated. But already here, dude, I like Chud Logic. I do. And I know he's a controversial creator. I don't care. I'm starting to give less of a shit about those types of things. My morals are degrading as I grow older. But I don't think just because YouTube disagrees with DarkViper means that DarkViper is explicitly wrong on the copyright claim. I mean, these commentators, and I'm not sure if Chud Logic has a history of this, but like a lot of people criticize YouTube for their application of their TOS and their takes on copyright. But then when it's in benefit to Chud Logic, a lot of those, not Chud Logic particularly, but a lot of those same people who criticize YouTube for how they apply their TOS and copyright law on their website, now they're all like, oh, well, fucking YouTube even agrees. Well, do they know what they're talking about or not? That's just one of the arguments I keep hearing that I don't 100% agree with. I don't think just because YouTube is on Chud Logic's side that immediately means that this isn't copyright. Me personally, I actually think that Chud Logic is within his rights to react to DarkViper's video on a live stream, whether DarkViper likes it or not. But I also wouldn't use the line of thinking of, well, YouTube agrees with me, so I have to be right, because YouTube's wrong about shit all the time.
Against my channel, get a copyright strike applied to me, but there's every chance he could kick up a stink and push it further.
Not gonna lie, I'm more shocked by the fact DarkViper has fans. I'm in a state of shock.
DarkViper has strong community.
Thank you for the $50. That's super generous of you. Thank you so much. Anyway, let's read on. Let's read on, because I do want to just contextualize this a bit, because there's a couple of things to bear in mind. Like, I don't want people to be like, Chud's definitely right about this, because, you know, this isn't a 100% legal claim. It's just funny, and it just shows that DarkViper is not quite as educated as he likes to pretend to be on this topic, you know? Anyway, we're writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your videos at this time. You have control over the availability of videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. Please be advised that it's possible the copyright owner will approach you directly to request removal or take other action. The email is not intended as legal advice. If you are interested in more information regarding your options in this matter, you may wish to consult a qualified attorney. So, to be clear, my understanding of this is YouTube do not like watch a video to legally assess whether or not something is fair use or not, right? What I believe has happened here is DarkViper has tried to file a copyright claim against me. YouTube have briefly looked at the details of it, and because of the way that the copyright form has been filled out, they don't think it's valid because it's been filled out in like a poor, bad, or shitty way. Do you see what I mean? So he's basically, this guy this guy who reckons he's the big I am and all this copyright stuff, and he knows it all, and he's looked up the law, can't even file a DMCA correctly, despite the fact that he's looked into it, he's done all these streams and all these rants about it and stuff like that. So it's maybe a bit of both, either or, but either YouTube are more confidently asserting that they believe it's protected by fair use, or YouTube have gone, this doesn't look like a legitimate claim of the DMCA, so we're kicking it back. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Dude, DarkViper, you're pathetic, dude. DMCA this, bitch. DMCA this. Oh, wait, you can't because I'm not fucking watching your content at all in this bit, am I? You fucking bitch. What a loser.
He's mad, dude. Chud is pissed. I'd be pissed. I mean, a strike's a big deal. I get why he's fucking pissed, but he's so pissed.
Loser. DMCA me, come on. Send some more my way. Let's fucking go, bitch. Anyway, so let's have a little look over. Let's have a little look over his form, and you can see what he said to, you know, I guess, claim that this was a legitimate claim. Because one aspect of this that was a bit uncertain at first, and people were questioning, was, you know, is this actually DarkViper? Like, could this be a third party, or could this be like a troll or something like that? Right?
I believe it was proven that it was DarkViper.
Let's see. So I'm 99% sure it was him based on this. So this is his wording of like the form. So this is what he said. Hello, I made a particular study of fair use law. Maybe you should have studied harder, bro, because YouTube, I'm not fucking seeing it. They're not agreeing with you on this, that's for sure. Maybe you should have studied a bit harder, mate. Maybe a couple of less videos about XQC and a bit more time hitting the books, okay? For example, I've read Hossein Zada versus Klein et al. Number 12016CV 03081. Okay. And Where's the Fair Use? By the lawyer Jessica Vogel, that covers all relevant precedent on fair use in America. So I'm not sure. So I was looking at this, and I think there's some UK people that have had to answer the fair use claims in America. Oh, is that the Ethan Klein case? That's interesting. But anyway, yeah, it's like, would I be subject to fair use in America? I would have thought it would be the UK if he wanted to try and file a suit against.
I'm going to try to probably skip this because it's obviously the fact that we're at now, it's been widely accepted that DarkViper did make these claims, and now there are more claims. So I'm going to skip ahead here and try to get past this. I mean, it is interesting to look like this looks how DarkViper would type. This looks like DarkViper. It's widely accepted at this point that it is DarkViper. We're going to skip ahead through this.
But anyway, if a lawsuit gets wealthy than I am, do you see what I mean? But like, you know, if I had $100,000, I would accept this, and I'd be like, yeah, bring it on. You know, I'd be like, fucking let's go, let's take it. Maybe this is a lie. A watch party is when you're like sat round with a group of people watching something and just letting it play, maybe talking about it between each other, right? My video is not a watch party. There's an absolute load of commentary and criticism that I make within the video. You're more than welcome to go and watch it. The specific claim is about the stream that I did. So it's one part of like an 8-hour stream. We'll get to the other part of this as well. But yeah, the idea that I just did a watch party that's a lie. That's a total, utter lie.
That would be a lie. That would be a lie. It's not a watch party. Like, you imagine like if we couldn't criticize people, right? I mean, that's like always the thing, right? That's why I think you should be allowed to react to other people's videos on live stream. I don't even care if it's like a political or a debate topic. I mean, why can't we just watch like a movie if I'm a movie review channel and explain like why I'm liking or disliking parts of the movie? I mean, I understand that gets a little different because movies are like, you know, you got to make money. It's like intellectual property. It all is really intellectual property at the end of the day. But I think that under the proper circumstances, as long as you're not just blatantly re-uploading content, it's fair use, and it should be fair use. I mean, like even if you're reacting to a whole movie, I mean, if you're listening, why would you not just watch the fucking movie? Like, if I'm going to watch a whole freaking movie and provide commentary of what I like and dislike about the whole movie, then why wouldn't you just pay the money to go watch the movie and not see the funny little man complain about it? Because you want to hear what the little funny man has to say. That's why you're watching. You're not watching for the movie. You're watching for the commentary of the movie. DSD, hi, I made it. Oh, God. Is this Tipster? This is not Tipster. This is Chud Logic. You don't know who Chud Logic is? He's not that big. He's up and coming. He's up and coming.
Not a watch party. So yeah, he's just making stuff up here. So I don't know. I don't know what he means by it's a watch party. Anyway, let's continue. How is the market for your original work affected by this use?
Yeah, like I was saying, how is the market, like this is literally, okay, let's let him talk. But that's what I'm saying. That's like literally what I was trying to explain.
There's no reason to watch the original if you have viewed the re-upload. All information and graphics have already been seen. So I think this is arguable as to whether that's the case, because, I don't know. I'm willing to kind of accept that, yeah, it is obviously the full 9-minute video that he uploaded.
Who cares?
But like, what with the way it's been transformed and the way that I'm commentating
Yes,
and things like that.
100%. I agree with
Is it-
that.
is it
I'm
really
against
like-
DarkViper on that. Like right now, you could stop this stream and just go watch Chud Logic's video. You're watching this, I would assume, because you want to hear what I think of Chud Logic's take with DarkViper and the back and forth with DarkViper. I can watch this entire fucking video, and as long as we're having a conversation and we're using it as a template to go over a topic, it is fair use, and it should be fair use. And that's something DarkViper obviously disagrees with. And whether I like the guy or not, which I do like the guy, I watch his content, I've always disagreed with him when he gets into that level of the conversation. Can I get a quick recap here? Sure. Well, let's do a recap here. So basically, this is Chud Logic. A couple months ago, DarkViper put he sent a copyright strike at Chud Logic's channel for reacting to one of his videos. You can clearly see the type of live stream that Chud Logic does. He reacts to videos and provides commentary over them. It's kind of like we're doing right now. And this has been now a back and forth for a few months. And we're right now still in Chud Logic's video. He's going over the original copyright strike, and DarkViper here. This is all DarkViper on the screen, what he typed out allegedly. And now that's going to lead us into the current drama where now DarkViper has gotten lawyers together and allegedly, from what I've gathered, is like threatening to sue Chud Logic over this copyright dispute. Also, if you check DarkViper's channel, which we're not going to be able to react to any of those videos, he's also like saying that like YouTube made a mistake and it triggered a harassment campaign against him, which I don't think I agree with. But I also don't feel comfortable reacting to DarkViper's video on the topic for obvious reasons.
A replacement to the original work. Like, this is something where I think it's a bit uncertain as to how that would be viewed. Because, yeah, it was a 9-minute video, and my edit of it was like between 35 and 40 minutes or something like that. So yeah, this is one factor. I'm not certain on that, legally. Not sure what the situation would be, but I think that I would, be willing to argue.
So this is the first one. I kind of already went over the first one. There's obviously discrepancies, and obviously I'm more on Chud Logic's side of this argument as of right now, even from his perspective. Yeah, of course, like that's actually the opposite. But yeah, I'm on Chud Logic's side here. I don't think that it's malicious. I do think DarkViper thinks he's on the right side of this argument. I just disagree with him, it would appear. DarkViper has done similar things to other creators who have added nearly an hour to DV's video. Yeah, he believes that, but that's the thing though. He's pretty clear on that. He believes if you react to the content its entirety, no matter how much you add to the conversation with that content, it is bad. You should not do that. And for that reason, I have a hard time getting mad at DarkViper, even if I disagree with him, because if I were right now to react to DarkViper's video on a stream, I would expect ramifications for my actions because the creator is very, very against that. He does not want you to do that. And honestly, like there's a certain level of like, okay, he doesn't want me to do that, so I'm not going to do it. So even if I believe DarkViper to be in the wrong, it's hard for me to really be mad at him at this point.
There's a case to be made that that isn't necessarily true. Anyway, the next one. Does this use significantly transform your original work, or does it serve the same purpose?
That's subjective, but I would say it does. All right, we're going to skip through here. This is the first one. I hope this answers your question, Matthew.
They merely created a watch party experience and gave their thoughts as they went. It so much so does not transform the work that my work is predominantly all that is on the screen, and my thumbnail is even copied in their thumbnail. Okay, let me show you the thumbnail for this, because this is totally absurd. Let's have a look. All
right, so one of the claims here alleged from DarkViper is he copied the thumbnail. Chud Logic copied the thumbnail. I'm curious to see this. Come on, bring it up, Chud.
This isn't relevant just yet. The reason this is bullshit as well, by the way, the reason this is bullshit is this DMCA has been filed against my stream. This DMCA is against my stream, which has got an original thumbnail of me. So this is actually completely incorrect for the stream that he's tried to DMCA because it's not his thumbnail on there at all. So we'll address that when we get to the edited video, which is coming up in a sec, okay?
Hi, Bagel.
They could certainly have seen my video and given their thoughts on it without re-uploading it in the entirety. Does this fall into an exception to copyright protection? No. And then there we go. So anyway, there we go, okay? So he's tried to file a DMCA against me and it's failed. YouTube have kicked it back. Some people have said, that know more about it, like bigger YouTubers have said it might be because the form hasn't been filled out correctly or something like that. I think maybe it's because he's just lied about certain parts in the claim. Maybe that's something to do with it. Or not sure if this is true, but it could be that YouTube are genuinely taking like a stand on it. That seems a bit silly because I don't know if YouTube generally takes stands on these kind of disputes.
Well, they did for you.
But anyway,
that's the thing. I was talking about that earlier. Does YouTube know what they're talking about or not? Because now a lot of what I hear I'm sure you guys hear too, if you've been following other people who talk about this, is everyone's like, YouTube kicked it back. YouTube kicked it back. YouTube said that your Chud Logic is right. And while I agree with YouTube, that doesn't mean that that's the definitive answer. I don't like YouTube is always being criticized for their like how they handle these types of things. And all of a sudden, when it's supporting the popular opinion, like when it's supporting Chud Logic, who more people are supporting him than DarkViper, now all of a sudden YouTube is like, well, YouTube said so. So that's it. That's how it is, dude. No, we're not just going to change our stance on YouTube's application of their TOS and copyright law on their platform because now it suits our opinions. Okay. That's something I agree with them, but that's not the end all. That's not part of the argument, in my opinion. I don't give a shit that YouTube agrees with Chud Logic. I don't give a fuck. That's not a part of the argument for me.
Anyway, in any case, it failed, right? So, let's get to the next part of this, right? Yeah, I don't think they legally can weigh in on a legal perspective, but at the very least, YouTube are looking at this in a kind of dubious way. And normally, bear in mind with DMCAs, they generally just apply them because they're so worried about the consequences if they don't. So, YouTube are like, they're a bit fucking hesitant to take it down. Doesn't that speak to what fucking Dunning-Kruger effect DarkViper is under? He makes a big deal and has cut all these videos about what an expert he is on this, and he knows it inside out, and he knows the law, and he's not even able to do a simple process to get a copyright strike on my channel. What a fucking...
That's fair. But okay, so what he's saying is, doesn't it add a lot to my side of the argument that YouTube agrees with me, because typically they just throw copyright strikes at people to not be involved. But to be fair, you only typically hear about the instances that were egregious, because those are the ones that get talked about. It's much less entertaining to talk about it if like YouTube just immediately took down their shit. Like like for me personally, small MeJoeShmoe perspective, a lot of the times when YouTube flags my content for this and that, or says that I have limited ads, or because I am a YouTube partner, remember, I know that I'm small, but I have these similar interactions. Usually they see my side of it. I can get a video greenlit again. They even recommend that you leave a video unlisted for like a certain amount of time before you upload it or let it go public, because then you can fight with them if they find something wrong with their system. And I personally, I feel like I've always been able to get my shit with the green little $sign, or always have been able to fight copyright claims when I really truly believe that I'm in the right on the situation. I did a video where I talked about corn on the cob stars, and they originally yellow lit it. And I'm like, no, I was so careful with how I spoke about this. I censored the names. I understand that I'm talking like I was so careful. I was so careful to avoid bringing it to a place that was inappropriate. And I fought YouTube on it, and they saw my side. They saw my side. So I don't think that's unique. I think other people experience that too. It's just that when YouTubers don't get their way, the number one way to get their way is to make a giant fucking stink about it. So the public perception is that YouTube is always fucking up, and I just don't. For me, they've not fucked up more than they have fucked up. For me personally. So yeah, I don't quite agree with him, but I see his point.
Fucking idiot. Idiot, you're an idiot, DarkViper. Fuck you, bitch. Right. Let's move on to the next point, okay? So, I put this onto Twitter, okay? And, as you probably know from recent drama, I'm in certain group chats, right? I didn't ask for anything to happen, to be clear. I just said, oh, hey guys, this has happened, okay? Didn't ask for anything to happen. Specifically, I just made people aware of what was going on, right? And it just so happened that DarkViper just started streaming as I put this out, okay? So, interested parties wanted to find out more information about it, right? And if someone's a streamer and you want to find out what's going on, what might you do? You might go to their chat and ask a question. If you really wanted to get a question.
That's a good way to get a hold of DarkViper. I got a hold of him that way. I mean, that's typical. I think the reason this is being brought up because DarkViper might use it as an example in him being harassed. If he's going to use the clips that I think he's going to show here, Nicholas Diorio and Keemstar simply asked about this, about this copyright strike. I don't think that's harassment. Personally. I don't know what the severity, I don't know if it got worse than that, but that's all I can think of. I know that Keemstar tweeted or hit him up in his live stream asking about this. and so did Nicholas Diorio. I mean, even me, when DarkViper responded to my video on him, that's how I first got in contact with him, and then I was able to exchange DMs with him. And again, the guy was nice as hell. I want to keep prefacing that because I disagree with him overall here, but my interactions with DarkViper personally, so I actually have interacted with DarkViper. He's a great guy. I think he's been a great guy. I think he's a nice guy. I don't think, even though I personally don't agree with him, I also don't think that he's like intentionally trying to be the bad guy here. I don't think he's being malicious here.
Question answered. If you really wanted to get a question answered, you might even send a super chat in, mightn't you? Okay, so let's look at this next clip. So there was question marks.
If you read his essay, you'll see how pretentious and pedantic he is. Well, being pretentious doesn't mean that you're wrong, to be fair. You can be a superhero and be pretentious as hell. You know? Anyway.
Over whether or not, there are question marks over whether or not it was actually DarkViper, or if it was a third party, or a troll, or something like that. So Nicholas Diorio went and dropped a super chat and asked the question. So let's see the reaction to that.
Hi DarkViper, were you the one who filed a DMCA on Chud Logic's reaction to you? Just wanted to clarify if that was you and not an impersonator.
Nicholas, I know you're a historic shitstar. I don't care.
This little fucking wretch.
Fuck. All right. To be fair to Nicholas Diorio, no, to be fair to DarkViper, Nicholas Diorio is a world champion shit stirrer, 100%. But hi, DarkViper, were you the one who filed a DMCA on Chud Logic's reaction to you? Just wanted to clarify if that was you and not an imposter. I don't think that was a bad question or an inappropriate question, harassing in nature. But then his reaction of, I don't care. To be fair, I mean, maybe like he doesn't want to talk about it publicly, to be fair. I don't know. I'm not mad at either of these people. Although I think it would have been pretty easy for him to say yes. Why wouldn't he just say yes? Why can't DarkViper just say that it was him? That does make it look like he's like maliciously doing things. Like he's aware he's in the wrong. But I don't think it's direct evidence that he is acting of malicious. But I can see why you'd get that out of here. Now let's hear DarkViper be much. Let's hear Chud Logic be much less charitable.
Man. He doesn't care, sat there in his little fruity vest. He doesn't care. He cares enough to fill out not one, but 2 DMCA takedown requests, which we'll get into in a sec. There's a second one to show you, okay? So he cares enough to go and do that, talk about case law and fill out a form, but when asked about it publicly, he doesn't care, apparently. And Nicholas is a shit stirrer for asking a genuine question about a developing story in the kind of, you know...
But Nicholas, listen, Nicholas is a shit stirrer. Listen, DarkViper's pissed off because this guy fucking threw a copyright claim his way, which this is his job. I understand why he's pissed off, but he called him a shit stirrer because I like Nicholas Diorio. I've openly promoted his content on my Discord and on my YouTube channel. I'm a fan of Nicholas Diorio. He's a shit stirrer. He stirs shit, bro. It's not crazy to call him a shit stirrer. I don't know why he couldn't just say, yeah, that was me, bro. But you can't be mad at him for calling Nicholas Diorio a shit stirrer. That guy's a shit stirrer.
It sounds a bit cringe to say it. The influencer space or whatever, right? Bro, what is this? What is this? What happened to that energy? You know, XQC reacts to a video, right? He goes on a fucking 3-hour diatribe about how bad React content is, right? And now he's filed a DMCA takedown request on me, which would lead to a copyright strike. If he's so fucking virtuous, as all of these DarkViper retard fans keep saying to me, if he is such a virtuous character and acting with good faith here, why would he not take the opportunity to talk about how, yes, I have filed a DMCA takedown request because he has uploaded my content and just repeat what he put in the DMCA takedown? Why wouldn't he, you know, get on his soapbox like he normally does?
I agree with him.
What's this mealy-mouthed bullshit where he doesn't even answer the question?
He's also a public figure. I don't know, man. I'm not famous or anything like that, but I think you also like just because he didn't. Okay, I get Chud Logic's point here, but just because DarkViper was not comfortable discussing this publicly during one of his live streams does not mean that in itself that that's evidence he was acting of malicious intentionally. But I can understand where he's coming from. Why can't you just say that it was you? Oh, Nicholas Diorio. You're a world-class shit store, and all I have to say is, yeah, it was me. We can talk about it in DMs. It's all but it's live. He's live for hours at a time. I mean, you can't just stay sharp all the fucking time. Let's continue, though.
It's pathetic. It's totally pathetic. He has cut hours and hours of video about this exact topic, right? And now he's putting his money where his mouth is, and he's DMCAing another creator based on the premise that the React stuff, even if
Yeah,
transform it like
exactly. Adam here in chat. I don't care. Then hires a lawyer after his claim was rejected. That does look bad. It looks bad, but I do not think in itself it is evidence of malice. Okay.
have is wrong, and he's got nothing to say about it. He says, I don't care. What a fucking loser. What a total loser. Anyway, it goes on. It goes on. Let's continue. Let's continue, okay?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
Thank you for the super chats.
I love you, Chud.
I love you.
I don't know if this is going to be relevant later, but I think we could all be in agreement that that was not harassment. Nicholas Diorio, if that is the example to be used later, which I believe it will be, Nicholas Diorio was just asking a question. He was not harassing DarkViper.
So Keemstar then went in and wanted to ask a question, okay? So Keemstar on the drive.
Did you really false flag Chud? I'm not a shit starter. I'm a respectful journalist. All right. Keemstar's a shit stirrer too, but again, yeah, it was me. Keem, we can talk in DMs, but I'm streaming right now. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to say.
Drama alert count sent this super chat. Did you really false flag Chud? I'm not a shit starter.
Okay,
I'm a
that's
respected
wonderful.
journalist.
How do I make money off depressed people?
I was a fan of DarkViper, then I realized he was
Keem-
another person in 10 years.
Keemstar claiming to not be a shit stirrer. That's a joke in itself.
Someone of the opposite sex in his life.
He's not saying
Thank you
anything
very
wrong,
much.
though. He's not saying anything wrong, though.
This, however, was not read out on the stream, unfortunately. This was not read out on the stream. Right?
DSD. I got someone in chat. The fact he didn't tells me that he would prefer to weasel away before admitting this. Okay, I thought you were gonna say something else. I don't see him thinking he's in the right. He was so eager to run the whole time. Okay. I absolutely believe Viper is aware that he looks bad. I'm sure he knows he looks bad, but is he intentionally, like, everyone's trying to make him out like a little weaselly, like he's like intentionally like trying to take down people that speak negatively on him. He didn't copyright claim my video. He didn't come after my video. He's quite pleasant to me in the DMs. It changed my whole perspective on the guy. And I'm not anybody. I'm fucking MeJoeShmoe at 500 subscribers. I have nothing. The dude could have bodied me, could have eliminated me, didn't even have to give me the time of day. All right. And he didn't. He didn't do that. Okay.
Because apparently, so someone asked, why did Keemstar's donor get removed? It got removed, and the claim was, I was trying to check if it was the real account and I misclicked. My bad. Little misclick happened, did it? A little misclick happened.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to go. I'm going to take this moment to say this. Like, I'm small. But I think I do have a unique perspective here because I am a creator who made a critical video on DarkViper and it ended amicably between both parties. So I do have a unique perspective here, but I fucking talked over Chud. I don't even hear what he says.
Because apparently, so someone asked, why did Keemstar's donor get removed? It got removed, and the claim was, I was trying to check if it was the real account and I misclicked. My bad.
All right, that was one of his
A
moderators.
little misclick happened.
All right, Chud.
A little
I mean, who cares? Who cares? Mood point, in my opinion. And also, like, DarkViper wouldn't have been the one to do that. It would have been one of his moderators. So be mad at the moderator. Why are we mad at DarkViper? Why is that another strike against DarkViper's character? I mean, maybe DarkViper possibly preemptively was just... I don't really know how you can twist that. You're telling me that DarkViper was like, hey, if anyone else talks about that, ban them from the chat. I mean, maybe he could have done that, but that's speculative. I don't know. I'm not mad at anything. I'm not mad at anybody quite yet.
misclick happened that got rid of this question that DarkViper had just been hesitant to engage with completely when someone else asked it. By the way, I'll just show you this, okay? So this is a super chat that I just got, okay? You be the judge. That's how you go to a channel. Sorry, Butters. I don't know if, listen, this guy's probably based, but he doesn't make content. I'm using you as an example.
Yo, guys, can I get a super chat so I can see how hard it is to check a channel? Come on, guys. It's for research, please.
Don't mind. Anyway, so that's how you go to the channel normally, okay?
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
If you wanted to remove it, you'd have to click here, and remove is down here. Is it a misclick? Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. You be the judge. You be the judge of that. Very convenient.
I mean, I get what he's saying. I don't know. I think it's a mood point.
Though, isn't it?
I don't really care either because that was not DarkViper. That was one of his mods. Maybe DarkViper told him to do this type of thing. We don't know. This is mood point. Who cares?
Very convenient that a moderator's finger happened to slip on a question that was asked that DarkViper had just been extremely resistant to engage with. Funny that, isn't it? Funny how that works. Anyway, I think there was some kind of pressure from chat because of what was happening. So, I think DarkViper maybe felt some need to respond because basically, I believe another super chat was sent. And let's see what DarkViper's response is to the second super chat, shall we? Let's see how he responds when asked the second time.
Good meme, drama. Good meme, King.
Good
He
meme.
acknowledged it.
Is it true false flag Chud? I'm not a shit starter. I'm a respected journalist covering a major story.
Dude, I don't know. If we're gonna go down this road of like, oh, he's telling people to censor this in his chat. I mean, he acknowledged it. He acknowledged the chat. I don't know. It's mood. It's mood. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care about this line of argument from Chud Logic. I'm on Chud Logic's side so far, but I don't give a fuck. This is not a point I'd care to explore. Let him go though. Let's hear it.
This will be fun.
Is it true you false flagged Chud Logic? If it is not my favorite Red Dead Redemption respected journalist covering a major story.
What timing? All right, time for Mac Minter.
Oh my goodness, wow. What happened, DarkViper? This is your thing, bro. This is your whole thing. This is your chance to take a stand and explain why you've chosen to DMCA me because I'm such a bad channel and apparently I'm doing this. I'm robbing you blind, apparently. But no, he doesn't want to answer all of a sudden. He doesn't want to engage with this. How many videos has this freak got on his channel about...
I see chats agreeing with me with the this is a mood point thing. Keep in mind, to defend Chud Logic, the dude's pissed off. This guy keeps coming for him and trying to throw copyright. A big YouTuber keeps coming at him and throwing copyright claims at him. I mean, strikes at him, attempting to. So he's pissed off. But yeah, that's obviously a mood point. I don't give a fuck that DarkViper's mod muted Keemstar. I don't give a shit. I don't think it has anything to do with the overlying topic at all. But he's mad. The guy's pissed off. Okay? No one's perfect. All right?
About bigger creators reacting and fucking banging on about this again and again and again. But now he's very quiet on the topic all of a sudden, isn't he? Very quiet indeed. Anyway, speaking of which, I'm not an expert and I'm not a lawyer, okay? But when it comes to copyright, if you take someone to court for copyright infringement, what the court are looking at is, as well as the kind of factors of fair use and copyright and whether it is or isn't, they're looking at damages. So they're going to look at how much damage was delivered by the person breaching your copyright, okay? Now,
Dave Jones is the resident hater in chat, okay? That's his job. His job is to hate, okay? He likes when I play video games and to hate on things, okay? That's his job. He's a very integral part of the community. Dave Jones, everybody. Sorry, I had to pause. I saw friction in the chat. I had to address it.
I don't know exactly how that's calculated. I don't know exactly what that looks like. But like, I think fundamental to that analysis would be looking at, well, let's say, again, I do not agree with this, to be clear, okay? I do think my video would broadly fall under fair use. But let's say that wasn't true. What would the damages be? Like, how have I damaged him by taking away from his work? Now, obviously, it's tricky to kind of figure that out, I think, because you can't do an exact analysis of that. But what I will show you is this. Okay? So these are the two video... Wait, hang on a sec. Wait, sorry. Rewind. I'm doing it the wrong way around, okay? We'll come back to that in a sec. I need to tell you something else that happened, okay? Right? So, he filed the first DMCA request, DMCA takedown request to try and copyright strike my channel. That was on my stream. My stream content, okay? That didn't go anywhere. Then, as this was all kind of popping off, I got a second email from YouTube. And this was another DMCA takedown request, another attempt to apply a copyright strike to my channel because apparently I broke copyright.
See, this is why he's mad. Like, I'd be pissed. DarkViper is coming for his channel. I mean, yeah, he's going to be pissed. Like,
one was for when I watched his video and commentated and criticized it on stream. This was for the edited video that then came out about it. So he filed two separate DMCA takedown requests, one on the stream coverage and the second on my...
Play War Thunder.
Oh, we got an ad! Oh, YouTuber put ad on drama video. He's only doing it for the money. Bad Chud Logic. Shame Chud Logic. Chud Logic bad. Chud Logic bad. Greedy YouTuber just doing it for the money. Greedy YouTuber, guys. Chud Logic bad. I will not buy YouTube Premium. But you should. I just don't have the money because I'm poor. Excellent. Okay, my chat got screwed up there. All right, we're going to move past it. We're going to make it work. Why? YouTube really needs to fix their live stream shit, man. I really feel like they could own the whole thing, but they just don't put the effort they need to into it. All right, back to the video. Oh, now it's muted. Cool. All right.
File 2 DMCA takedown requests. My understanding then is that if these had been successful, I would have had 2 separate copyright strikes applied to my channel.
Yeah, he tried to take
Now,
down his
that
channel.
puts
That's
me
not
within the
good.
sort of remit of potentially my channel getting taken down.
And there is, and like, I don't think that you have to like go out of your, like, I have DMs open with Dark Viper. I don't think you have to just inform like acquaintances, everybody. Like, I don't gotta like go to like, I don't feel like Dark Viper should have to go to Chud Logic and be like, hey man, like, or Chud Logic should have to go to the Dark Viper and be like, hey man, I'm gonna talk about you. Is that okay? I don't think that's necessary. But also, I don't think it's necessary to try to take, or this is Chud Logic's job. He's not a very big creator, especially back then. He wasn't a very big creator. He recently had a big boost with the Mama Max drama, but this is his job. This is what he does to make a living. And you're putting the guy's job in jeopardy before even having a conversation with him. I mean, a copyright claim, whatever, but these are strikes. This will end someone's channel. I mean, that's not good. I'm on, yeah, I don't know. That's bad.
Or go live. Obviously, what we're being banned on Twitch, that would have been quite destructive for me and caused me a lot of problems. Okay. But fortunately, this one also got kicked back by YouTube. This one also got kicked back by YouTube.
But also, is it that Dark Viper was just throwing a bunch of copyright strikes at Chud Logic's channel, or was it that the first one didn't stick? So then Dark Viper kept again and again trying to file different claims, different strikes. Because I feel like this is being painted as if Dark Viper is coming for Chud's channel. And to be fair, I think a strike was a bit much. But I don't think it's fair to assume, as of right now, based on the information that I have, that Dark Viper was just hammering strikes right out the freaking gate. It's just as likely that he tried to do one strike on this particular piece of content. It was unsuccessful. So then he filed multiple other strikes afterwards to try to get one to stick.
So, Dark Viper, Mr. I know all about the law and the legal aspect and copyright, and I'm an expert on this, and you should listen to me, and I know for certain that these React videos are bad, failed twice to process a very simple procedure against my channel. Now, again, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying that's guaranteed. This motherfucker has got contacts, I'm sure. And I am certain, I'm 100% certain that he's going to try and push this further. Whether that's legally, whether that's via YouTube, I'm not sure. I don't know if I actually put the details of the claim up, but I think it might be a copy-paste job. I'm not sure. But anyway, that being said, I just wanted to quickly show you the thumbnail of the edited video because bear in mind earlier, he tried to claim that we'd like used his thumbnail, which is technically true. We did use his thumbnail as part of the thumbnail. But you be the judge. You be the judge if you feel like this is egregious copying of his thumbnail or whether enough has been added to it, okay?
All right, so is this copying his thumbnail? Oh, thank you for the gifted. Let's go. So we're going to go into the thumbnail now and see if the thumbnail was, which I don't think there's any room for that. I don't think there is a, I mean, is it right or wrong? Legally, who cares? I think that if you're just going to react to someone's video and then copy the thumbnail and put your fucking face in it, I'm not a big fan of that.
It's the thumbnail.
What the hell? That's Chud's thumbnail. It has to be. All right, Chud.
So it does include his original as a sort of 20.
Oh, so that's the, okay, so this is bullshit. Okay, so Dark Viper is claiming that in the video that the claim was sent to, the thumbnail is a copy of the original thumbnail to the video that Chud Logic was reacting to, and that is crazily false. This right here in the bottom left corner is the thumbnail, I believe, and then this is all added by Chud. So no, just that. See, now that is just lying. That is just lying. That is lying. That is point blank fucking dude just lied to try to get his way. Yeah, no, okay. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say there. Is he saying white lies because he genuinely feels he's in the right? I would say probably. But this, I mean, come on. You're not, this one thing, this part of it, yeah, Dark Viper is completely in the wrong. Completely, undeniably, bad move.
Jack and that there.
This could be why the entire copyright claim got thrown away. I mean, this is not a copy of the thumbnail. It's not. You can't say that. That is a lie. Were you thinking that YouTube just wasn't going to check it? See, now I'm getting mad at Dark Viper. I'm getting mad at him.
That's the thumbnail. Now look, guys, look, I appreciate what you're thinking. You're obviously maybe a bit perturbed by this. All I'll say is this, right? That star, okay? Now listen, I know what it means in my head. I've got an idea of what that means, right? Now for you, you're filling in the star, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter, okay? You are filling in the star. I know what I think about it is irrelevant. I believe in death of the author. I mean, this is DK that did this, obviously, but I believe in death of the author. So don't necessarily assume that my interpretation is correct. I invite you as a smart audience to make your own interpretation of what that word means, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. So anyway, continue, please, by all means, continue to make your suggestions. So that is the thumbnail that he's claiming we viciously ripped off his thumbnail for, okay?
Okay, I'm on Chud Logic's side. And I am biased a little bit. I like both of these guys. These are both guys that I watch. I think Chud Logic is right here, but I think it is going too far to try to make Dark Viper to be like this malicious fucking troll that's just doing this for pure chaos. And I feel personally that's how a lot of other commentators portray him to be. So I'm trying to avoid doing that. Now, the thumbnail thing, that was an obvious little white lie. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. That was a bad thing Dark Viper did. Okay? But to say that like that in itself is like, oh, well, he was dishonest about the thumbnail being a direct copy, to take that and just be like, oh, well, then the entire thing is just him being like why is he being dishonest? Because I believe he genuinely feels he's on the right side of this conversation, and he's just trying to make a case that YouTube will see the same as him, make YouTube feel the same as him. But in doing that, he kind of exaggerated things to the point where I would consider them to be outright lies. But I am on Dark Viper's side of the. I am on Chud Logic's side of this. If I haven't already made myself clear, I'm trying to look at both sides, okay, without just bashing one. Because although I do feel he's in the wrong, I do feel like Dark Viper is getting a little too much shit. Some of this shit definitely deserved. I mean, Chud Logic here defending himself. I'm fine, whatever. That's fine. I feel like Chud Logic was wronged here, but yeah, I don't know. That's it. I have nothing more to add to what I just said at this point in time.
So I was getting a bit ahead of myself earlier. The point I was trying to make is very simple. Okay, the point I was trying to make is very simple. In copyright stuff, generally speaking, when it comes to damages, I'm not sure how that's calculated. Let's say this did somehow end up in a courtroom. I'm not sure how that's calculated in terms of what damages has Dark Viper received as a result of this. Because bear in mind as well, you're not supposed to use copyright to like solve personal issues, or you're not supposed to do it with any sort of malice. It's supposed to be a simple kind of emotionless process of you took my copyright and made money off of it without my permission, right? And so the court would likely want to try and adjudicate that and make and remedy that. Okay, so I would say that maybe. What do you think? Maybe the amount of money that a video made, the views, maybe these things might be a kind of indication of what sort of damages may have been done, assuming that what he's saying is true, but I don't agree with that, to be clear, okay? I think that this video is absolutely could be classified as fair use. Maybe you could look at the views, the amount of money it made, stuff like that. I don't know. What do you think? Should we have a little look at the analytics of these videos and see? We'll see what you have in store.
I don't care about the analytics of the video. I don't care. Keep it moving.
Analytics for the stream, first of all. So bear in mind that his video made up, 40 minutes of this stream, maybe, something like that?
Yes, you added context.
4.5k views.
We already went through that. Chud Logic added significantly more watch time to the video. He added a lot to it. So I believe that makes it transformative in nature. I am on Chud Logic's side. I think Dark Viper is in the wrong here.
That stream.
I don't think Dark Viper thinks he's in the wrong here. I don't think that makes Dark Viper a bad guy, but I do think he's in the wrong here.
Total made $62.19. The part of the stream what I was watching his video would have been a smaller portion of that.
Holy shit, what the hell? I'm interested in this. How many views did he get to make $62? It's good to know that my videos are the only ones that pick up and then drop off right away. 4,000 views, $62. Holy fuck. I wish I could make $62 off of 4,000 views. Well, wait, this is long though, right? Yeah. He does like 45-minute, hour-long videos. Yeah.
So,
yeah, he made 29 of it while live. That's donations.
That's wonderful. But how do I
he only made $2.45 off the replay.
money.
I need to start live streaming. Holy
thanks for the
shit.
$5.
Was the part about DarkViper telling Keem to DM him on Twitter after the Dono on the exact same stream conveniently left out?
What do you mean conveniently left out? I know that happened, but nothing's come of it. So yeah, I've not seen anything off the back of that. So maybe Keemstar will come out with something. But yeah, I mean, I think there was like some attempts made to tell Keemstar to DM him. Whether that happened or not, I don't know. I'm not familiar with what happened. Well, I don't know anything about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm skipping a little bit here.
He would say, yes, I did, and it's justified. Even if you want to argue that, oh, we can't speak about it for legal reasons, why not say that? Why not say, I can't talk about it for legal reasons? Why
Yeah, I agree.
Shit where he's like,
I agree.
Oh, and like, not
I think some of the points that
Like,
Chud
it's
Logic
complete
brought up
bullshit.
here
It's
were like
complete
mood points. I don't think they were relevant, but I don't disagree with anything he's saying. I
That's a
agree with
bullshit.
Chud Logic.
that he's tried to claim, copyright claim. Let's have a look. So,
Another copyright claim.
I'm very sorry to say, to report that this video didn't do so well. It kind of underperformed a bit. We're seeing a boost now because of what's happened recently, okay? But I think people just aren't that interested in DarkViper, sadly. It only got 6.1k views, so... Yeah, a little bit underwhelming, but hey, it's the way it goes sometimes. And revenue-wise, bit embarrassed to show this, to be honest, because, you know...
And I'm over here like, I wish those were my numbers.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh, guys, please. Okay.
All right, so what he's trying to make the point that I don't know what point he's trying to make at this point. I'm kind of losing him. Oh,
Run Windows.
I'm kind of losing him here. What do you think, guys, so far? I think I don't know. I'm trying to watch the end of it, see if anything else comes up that might.
I mean, if we want to go down that route,
Yeah, so he failed again.
probably had about 400 to 500 viewers at the time, right? How much damages do you think that did? Assuming that...
Okay, so he's I don't really care. I don't really care. He's making the point that, like, how much damage do you think it caused your video that all these people reacted to my video? I don't think it caused any damage at all. I think Chud Logic and DarkViper have very different audiences. I think that the purpose of the video changes based on what channel it was shown on because of Chud Logic's commentary over the topic. I do not think the people that watched Chud Logic's take on DarkViper's video all the way through are the same people that would watch DarkViper's video all the way through. And then I think that's all there is to it. That's it. It's a wrap. All right. I don't know, guys. What does chat think? Do you think? So anyway, what the hell?
Like.
Oh, we got Mac, Mama Max. So yeah, I don't know. That my take away from that, and I think there's other things going on as well. I think H3 also got involved. I know, like, I saw a lot of commentators back and forth on it. My take here is basically, I think that DarkViper is in the wrong. I don't personally agree with him, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that he's like being a troll or anything to that effect. Like he's being intentionally malicious or it started off with any level of malice. I mean, of course, if he genuinely feels like he's in the right and he's being denied by YouTube, you know, justice, if YouTube's denying him what he believes to be justice, then at a certain point, you know, there's malice there because he's like, well, I need to get, I'm right. I know I'm right. Why are they not seeing it my way? But I don't think this was like an intentional, like, fuck you. I'm doing this because I don't like you. I don't think that was the case. But yeah, I mean, other than anything that may have pertained to that, like trying to make DarkViper out like he's being intentionally malicious or knows that he's like the provocateur here. He's the bad guy here. I think DarkViper's in the wrong. I'm on Chud Logic's side. I think it was weird that DarkViper couldn't just address the questions that Nicholas Diorio and Keemstar were asking. I don't think they asked anything wrong. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? So Tipster's wrong. Okay, Boogie is immediately coming out the gate swinging. Dude, oh my god, that is true. I remember that. Boogie is dating a girl which is better than Anita Sarkeesian, who just got married to herself.
Because, Tipster, it's exactly people like you that I'm trying to avoid when it comes to video games. People who preach tolerance in one hand and attack everyone they can on the other. People defending child pornography. People harassing women. You are the exact kind of person I play video games to get the hell away from, and I don't want your politics in my video games, and that should be okay, I think.
Not giving any examples and refusing to give any because he knows he's full of shit.